they're being persuaded to leave the
Yes,
places to save
absolutely. In
all
fact, we're
such
getting more
situations.
breaking news coming in. Stay with us. Indian Army's Eastern Command has stated that they are conducting joint rescue operations with the Assam Rifles in northeast India. The Indian Army has confirmed that till now over 1,000 citizens have been saved in the joint operations. Nibir Deka is joining us live. Nibir, the Army also stepped into service along with Assam Rifles, assisting in the relief and rescue.
Well, yes, indeed, Uday. Whenever there is a catastrophe in the northeast, be it floods or earthquakes, the army steps in. And what we have seen in the last 24 hours, even more than that, the armed forces, the army, Assam Rifles, BRO, BRTF, all of the forces of our nation have stepped in northeast. We have seen the Indian Army rescuing stranded people in Manipur. They have helped people in Sikkim. They actively in the landslides because a lot of the tourists are stuck in the North Sikkim area, which is the most hit as far as the landslides and the flood is concerned. And the Indian Armed Forces have so far maintained that they have helped more than 1,000 people who have been stranded in this situation. And not just evacuation and rescue operation, what we also need to see is the kind of temporary infrastructure building which the armed forces have done to facilitate people in their movement, and also helping in the relief camps. A lot of people are in the relief camp, so the main issue is to take those people who are stranded in the vulnerable zones to the safer zones, which are the relief camps which have been temporarily set up across the northeast. So these are the operations which have been done by the armed forces along with the state administration and SDRF and NDRF, which has definitely helped in the efforts which has been done to counter the problems faced in the prevailing situation.
Major General Sudhakar Jee, Strategic Affairs expert, is also with us live. Major General Sudhakar Jee, the Army, as always, being pressed into service. Indian Army Eastern Command saying that along with the Assam Rifles, joint operations have been launched to rescue stranded individuals.
Yeah, Uday, good morning. I'm connected to NewsX from the west coast of America along the Pacific coast, and it's morning here. It's highly, I would say, critical as I see and read from the open media and also listen to very distinguished panelists, the kind of disaster which has been unleashed on the Northeast. I tend to agree with the previous speaker. Some of them have brought out that whenever some disaster or any kind of challenging situation takes place in Northeast, the national mainstream media doesn't cover it adequately. I have served more than 7 to 9 years in Northeast. It's a matter of fact, except for NewsX. NewsX is one channel which has been covering adequately. But coming to the criticality of the issue, Northeast is a very seriously vulnerable area which is prone to such kind of disasters like Nibir and others they brought out. You see, the catchment area is such that be it the watershed along the India-China border or towards the hinterland, when you talk about the mountain ranges towards Arunachal Pradesh, as also to Tripura and towards Manipur side, they form a valley. They drain into Brahmaputra most of the time, but these kind of tributaries they cause havoc. That there is a requirement to actually understand Sikkim is a kind of a pivot it forms as far as the geography is concerned, which takes the brunt of all such kind of disasters in the past. This time, because of extended standoff, there is a high and heavy concentration of army along the northern border, and their deployment areas are very far and few.
Okay. In fact, we're getting more breaking news coming in. Stay with us. A flood-like situation has now reached Manipur.